Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training and DOG. Now I just was doing a little bit of two-ball, and I had somebody yesterday that has another Dutchie who's been in law enforcement. And in law enforcement, they've got something going on. They've got this thing that they're picking up from KNVP, where they're doing possession into the object, into their toy, and they're creating possession in how they work this animal. And when they do the bites, they kind of do a hard out, that kind of thing, which means a tactical out. They kind of choke the dog off the bite. He lets go after they can't get no air, and then they take the dog away from the bite. They start this stuff pinching on the jowls, pushing into the object, that kind of thing, at a very young age. And this possession, and this whole etiquette and a cultural type of a flow that's going on with creating possession in the object, and it's coming from KNVP. It's coming from this, and you end up after a while getting a behavioral genetic stamp in this regard. It's not hard to create possession in this dog in doing that. And I've done a couple videos where I've got him on top of the toy, well, on top of his sleeve, etc., and I'm kind of denoting this, right? Now, the question is this right or is this wrong? Get out of that pouch, it's not yours. I think that in my opinion, and I had another breeder and a person that's been around Dutchies for a long time, I caught one of her videos, and she actually has a video on this where she's talking about the dog's possession on the object, okay? And then you start talking about trying to get the dog to out, and they won't out, and you have conflict. So these things are kind of the same type of thing. Diogi, you're being a pain in the butt, you know that? I'll put you away. Get it. All right, so in that regards, I have come up with my own theories and my own feelings about this. One of it was because this young lady mentioned that she didn't like the possession. She didn't think that it was something that needed to be there, and that it created a lot of problems. And I kind of understand her point of view, so this concept's in my head. And when this gentleman yesterday mentioned that he does the two-ball, Diogi, come on, babies, come on. Good boy, get it. Go get that ball, get it. Good boy, good. Come on, Diogi, come on, Diogi. Good boy, good, yay, good boy, good. I talked him into it, yes, I did. Good boy. I didn't think you were going to let him, he wants to go lay down and chew on that bowl. I don't want him to, he's going to wear his teeth down, but he's got new teeth coming, so I guess I shouldn't matter. But it is behavioral that we don't want. Out. Yes, good boy, good. Now, I didn't pull on that at all. I let the prey die, right? There's a lot of things that I do in my work to let the prey die. Okay, so back to the two ball. He was doing two ball, and we'll do that now with him, so I'm kind of, Diogi, out. Yes, good boy, good. So I've got a relative behavior pattern going. He understands it, and it'll get more and better as he goes along. Diogi, out. Yes, good boy, good. So my point of view is that I've been getting into this subject as far as possessiveness, and so I've come up with my own theory, my own point of view on it. I don't think it's a good thing to get so much possession. You go back to my whole philosophy that I've talked about before, the yin and yang in training, the balance, right? Everything has to have a balance. You can't have something that's so skewed. So with this genetic stamp that these guys got already, if you don't watch it, you're going to end up creating possessiveness. You might get food aggression, other things that outlet from that same type of a game that you're trying to play, and you think it's so cool because of what you're seeing in the culture of KNVP and what they're doing and then how they build their dogs. Okay, I'm not saying it's wrong. What I'm saying is keep the frame of mind always that there's a balance, right? Without balance, you have nothing. If you go skewed too far on any side, right? So I create the two ball. I create a good out. I'm always having let's say when I have my tug, I take the dog into my chest. My target area is my chest. I bring the dog up. I always take it away. We're going to get into that later on as we go along. I let the dog hit my target zone. I play with him real good, and then I throw the tug one way, and I have another tug behind my back. I pick it up, and I teach him kind of a two tug, just like a two ball. And I teach him as soon as that prey dies, he comes back up for more. Why is that? It's because I believe in personal protection, executive protection, and I don't want a dog to be fixated on equipment to a point where he doesn't spit it and come out for more. Why? Bad guy breaks into your house. He's got a sleeve, or he rips off, the dog rips off his shirt. A lot of the Schutzen type dogs and the dogs that are too equipment orientated that haven't been worked the way that I build a dog will sit there in the corner and froth on that for hours. Bad guy goes to your whole house and rips you off. Remember, I do this for real. So when I build the dog, I teach the dog to always spit dead. What does spit dead means? It means as soon as the prey dies, he comes back up for another bite. Right? So I always play that game, and I start it with two tug and right away back into my chest. The dog learns, and I'm going to give him a second bite. and that's how I build the dog. We're going to get into that more as we go along, as I start to get a friend of mine coming up to film me, and I start to increase the quality of my videos that I've been wanting to do for so long. I'm going to try to accent some of these points. But in my opinion, okay, I don't feel that it's a bad thing to teach this dog. His comment was, this officer's comment was, that he's heard it's a bad thing to get your dog out so young and to start this 2-ball at such a young age. I disagree, because it's hell to get your dog to out and have a nice clean out if you have conflict and you're always trying to create this and you don't really address that aspect of it because you're so into the culture of that KNVP creating possessiveness. Balance, guys. There's not wrong to do that. I was doing it yesterday and I'll do it with him, but I'll always try to make sure I keep balance, because I don't want any other negative behaviors, food aggression or other things on my family. If I've got the dog around my family, I don't want him to possess that so much that he gets to be crazy in the head and now I've got a problem that I have to fix later. So I would rather do a nice clean out and be concentrating on that and have the dog's head have clarity and be clear in the head as I build the dog. And I might do a little bit of that possessiveness, but it'll be contextual. It'll always be around his sleeve. It won't be in this. It'll be contextual, and I'll make sure I balance, put my food in my hand in the food bowl, leave it there, get him used to that, making sure there's no food aggression. I'll be addressing all these other little areas and watching very closely that my promoting and getting after that possessiveness doesn't become a problem. Balance, yin and yang in everything you do. All right, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, signing off. We'll talk to you guys later.